Now, they do things bigger in America. That certainly applies to the business of sport. Less than a decade ago, promoter and businesswoman Dixie Carter stepped in to save one of the US biggest professional wrestling tours from financial collapse. Total non-stop action wrestling, based in Nashville, Tennessee, uses a hexagonal ring instead of the more traditional square. From next month, you'll be able to watch all the action from the likes of Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair here on Sky. And here with me at the Gherkin is the president of TNA Entertainment, Dixie Carter. Dixie, nice to see you.
Thank you so much for having me.
So, what does a nice girl from Dallas, privately educated, do to end up in the sweaty business of wrestling?
I feel like I have the greatest job in the world. I really do, because I get to have a great time, but also, really do some exciting things in the business world, not just in sports, but entertainment and in television and music and every aspect of the business that we work in.
So you're bringing the whole wrestling circus, if I can put it that way, to Sky?
That's a good way to put it, yes.
What are we going to see? What's happening?
We're starting on February 8th, I believe it is. It's a Tuesday night. We'll start to be broadcast on Challenge. And I can tell you for the first time, and all of the viewers at home, that we'll be on Tuesday nights from 10 to 12. And we're very excited about joining your family. And
all your big names will be appearing.
All our big
we just won't get the fag end of your show, will we?
No, not at all. The whole tour, and actually you've picked up our pay-per-views. They'll air about 2.5 days after they broadcast in the United States. So that'll be exciting for everyone, too.
Now, here's a confession. I don't really get wrestling, because everybody knows it's theatre, it's pre-scripted, but it's not really sport, is it?
Well, I think if you ask any athlete to get in there and try to do that physically, they would disagree with you. It is a male rope opera in many ways. It's been called that, and I think that that's a clever way of putting it. But it is one of the most grueling things you can do physically. So in that aspect, it's very sport-driven.
For sure. I'm not suggesting that the guys are not fit, clearly, and they look fabulous.
Right.
But isn't it more like a circus in that we know the outcome?
The outcome is predetermined, but everything that happens in the ring is not. All of those moves, everything, from the physical injuries to the athletic ability to be able to pull it off is all real.
Now, you are one of the most influential women in American sports. What do you make of this story breaking on Sky News tonight? Right. Allegations of sexism, nasty comments, two very well-known, much liked presenters gone.
It's always hard when you have beloved people who have such great careers that something like this happens. I think when you're a female in this industry, you know you're putting yourself into that position, and my opinion's always been that you have to be that much better than the person next to you, and that person next to you is going to be male. 99 out of 100 times.
Because I can remember a precedent in the United States when I was a student in the States many, many years ago. There was a famous presenter called Howard Cosell.
Oh, yes.
Now, he was dumped over something like this, wasn't he?
It was a few comments, but there were some sexual comments, and it was just, again, a brilliant, stellar career that ended very, very sad. But, it's something that can't be tolerated, and today more than ever. And it's hard because at any time, at any day, with Twitter and Facebook and everything else, every comment's recorded. So there is no, quiet comments to yourself anymore.
How do you draw the line between acceptable banter, some jokes, some laughs, maybe some flirting, and something that's just unacceptable? Because you're in a very macho business.
I am, very much so. People know how I have a wonderful husband, and I'm very close to him. My family is always around me, and I embrace other people's family. But, sometimes there's a few people that push the line, but you have to, or I have to in this situation, be very firm about things and stop it immediately and not even let that much of a door open.
Because I can't imagine all those wrestlers are sort of socially engineered, politically correct characters, are they?
Well, actually, it's not what people perceive it to be. I think that's the great thing about my company in particular. I mean, I've got guys with master's degrees and, really bright, wonderful, caring individuals. I've worked with, other athletes and movie stars and everything, and they're the greatest people I've ever worked with.
Sounds exciting. Do you know much about British sport?
I try to follow it, yes.
So, apart from wrestling, what do you like over here?
Well, we do follow Manchester United.
Of course.
Yeah.
The biggest brand in sports.
Yes.
And of course, with some American owners.
Yes, from Dallas.
Do you know the Glazers?
We have a plane in the same hangar, so we see.
Well, if you've got a plane in the same hangar, you're almost family. Dixie, great to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much
nice
for
to see
having
you.
me.